welcome to another Lawn Fawn video. Today we're introducing our brand new die set, Scalloped Treat Box Spring House Add-on. And this is a spring house add-on for the Scalloped Treat Box. We have a haunted house for it, we have a winter house, and now we have the spring house. So here is a look at all of the dies that are included in this set. Many of these dies layer over each other. So here you can see that little flower layers over the flower center, the tree trunk with the tree. The door layers over that piece there to give the glow through the door. Same as the window to kind of give the glow through the window. We've got these little flowers that layer over their flower centers too. And then we've got tons of other cute accessories to add to our house. So I have die cut my scallop treat box from some mermaid cardstock, and I'm going to fold along all of the score lines that the die creates for me. I'm going to cut out another piece the same exact size and fold it the same way too so that I have two pieces. And I love this box so much. One, it's just so cute and I love decorating it, but I love that it can hold a gift card or treats or all sorts of things. So it's a really nice way to present a gift. So now that I have my two pieces, I'm going to take my nice strong tape and put it along those 4 tabs. I'm also going to put some tape on the bottom of one of the pieces. I'll peel up that liner tape and then I'm going to layer those two pieces in a T shape to create the box. Once I have those two pieces layered, then I can start to take off the liner tape on the tabs and line those up. And all you have to do is just pull it up and line up those two corners, and that's going to perfectly form your box. And it's really quick and easy to do. I love how this treat box closes too, because you put those little tabs through that opening and you can open and close it as many times as you would like. So now it's time to make this box into that cute little spring house. So I have die cut the roofs here, or actually a bunch of pieces, but I've got the roofs out of some raspberry cardstock, and the roof has this little score line right there that you fold along to kind of create the awning. Then all I need to do is put some adhesive along the back of that roof and line it up with the top of my box so you can see just how cute that is. And I'm going to add a roof to the other side of the box to give it kind of a finished look too. Next, I'm going to take my little door, and you'll see that there's a little score line on this door too, so you can open the door. And then I'm going to take the piece that normally goes behind the entire door, and I'm actually just going to trim it down to just be behind the window, because I'm going to have the door, the bunny coming out of the door, you'll see later, and so I wanted to keep that space kind of empty. So I am going to layer that little piece that I trimmed down right behind there so that the glow through the window is kind of this cute plaid paper. I've die cut another door from paper bag cardstock, and I'm just going to cut the door portion off, and then that way I can layer that piece on top, creating kind of a cool two-toned door. Now I am recreating this box by Lynette. She came up with the idea for this box and it is so gorgeous, so thank you so much, Lynette, for letting me make this for the video. And there I cut out the little doorknob also out of some storm cloud cardstock, and I'm going to layer that right onto my door. Next up, I'm going to start working on my windows, and they're going to work in a very similar way to the door. So I'm going to add some glue to the back of those windows and then layer it over that solid piece to give that kind of plaid glow through the windows. It just adds to that springy look. And so now I've layered 3 of my windows, and then I'm going to take these cute little flowers cut from some sunflower cardstock and layer them over some raspberry little flower centers. And I'll repeat that 2 more times for a total of 3 flowers. Next up, I have my little tree trunk out of paper bag cardstock and my tree top out of Cilantro cardstock, and I'm going to layer those on there. And then I'm actually going to use the flower centers for the larger flower as the flowers on this tree, and I think that's a really, really cute look. Next, I am taking some little foam squares here, and I'm cutting them up and putting them behind my little picket fence so that that's going to be popped up and kind of give some extra dimension to this house. Then I'm going to take some liquid glue and layer my door onto my box, just like that. Next up, I'll add some more foam squares to my cute little tree and layer that on top as well. I'm using some glue to layer my little window onto the box, and then I'm going to layer all of my pieces for the window box. So first I'm going to put the grass, then I'll layer the little kind of flower box there for under the windowsill, and then I'll layer the flowers on top of that, and it's such a cute look with all of those little pieces layered. To kind of mimic the front of the house, we're going to decorate the side of the house in the same way. So we're going to add the picket fence, the window, the grass, the windowsill or flower box, and then those little flowers on top of that. And so I love what a cute look that is. I've taken the smaller butterfly from the set and cut it from some Ballet Slippers cardstock, and I'm bending it in half to give it kind of a 3-dimensional look, and then I'm adding glue just in the center of the butterfly, and then I'm going to layer that kind of just around the window. I'm going to repeat the same idea on the other side of the box. So we're going to add the window and of course our little grass and then our flower box windowsill and then our flowers onto that. And then I'm going to take a little butterfly again and bend it in half and add some glue. And I love that just by bending that butterfly in half, I think it just adds so much dimension. It just makes it look even more special. I'm actually using the die that's to cut the doorknob to cut another piece of storm cloud cardstock that I'm going to layer behind the bunny's eye just to kind of color in his eye a little bit. And then I'm going to take the bunny and kind of bend him a little bit to give him also that three-dimensional look, kind of like what we gave to the butterflies. Then I'm going to add a little glue to his paw so that he can hold the little Easter egg. So we're going to make this more of an Easter house instead of a spring house, but you could just leave the bunny off and leave the house just like this, and that would make it more general for spring instead of Easter. So I'm going to take that little bunny and I'm going to tuck him inside the door just like that. Now this is the Chirpy Chirp Chirp stamp set, and it has a tiny little Happy Easter sentiment in it. It does have a parenthesis at the end, so I'm just covering that up with some Post-it note tape. Then I'm going to ink it up so that I only get the Happy Easter part of the sentiment. Then I can take off that Post-it note tape and I'm able to stamp that cute little sentiment but without the parentheses, which is perfect. Now here's that larger butterfly, and I'm kind of making a little tick mark as to where that butterfly is going to kind of end up. And then I'm just going to trim off the excess of the banner that I don't need. Then I'm going to take that butterfly and do that same kind of folding thing that we did earlier, add some glue to the center, and layer that on top of this adorable little banner. I'm adding some foam squares to the back of that banner, and then I can layer that onto the roof of the house, giving it this cute little sentiment to go for Happy Easter. Now here I have some lemon lawn trimmings, and I'm going to wrap that around the top of the box, and then I'm just going to tie a nice and easy little bow. And I feel like that nice pop of yellow makes this house just even happier and more springy. I'm going to trim off the edges there that I kind of cut way too much twine, so I'm just going to trim off those edges, and my cute little house is all done. And I can't tell you how happy these little houses make me, and I love that now I can do one for Halloween and one for Christmas and now one for spring, which is really, really great. Now I wanted to show you just one more quick little thing about these dies. So you'll see that there's 3 window pieces. There's the piece that goes on the back, the main window piece, and then these little openings. This is what you do when you want to create an actual opening in the box. So I've cut out that window piece, and now I can layer the window actual frame on top of it. Now here you'll see if we were going to form this whole box, what I would do is add a little vellum behind that window, and then it gives it an opening, which is really cool, and then you can also put a tea light in it to add a little glow to the house as well. So I've added a little glue behind that, and then we're going to just put that vellum behind, and now you get this kind of more realistic window look. So it just depends on what look you're going for your project. I'm going to shine my little iPhone light there, and you can see how cool it looks with a light behind there. It's just such a neat look. Next up, we have some gorgeous samples from the design team, and I love this cute little plaid and gingham house that Lynette made. I love how Letitia used yellows and greens. It's such a cute and happy look. I love how Lizzie put the door in the center of her house. I think it looks gorgeous, and it's just a totally different look to the card. Then here I made this little house where I added some glitter to the roof, which is a really fun and kind of sparkly effect. I love how Shari put the flowers around the door. I think that's so cute and so clever. And I love Audrey's cute little palette. You can actually make them to look like a friend's house, and that would be a really, really cute housewarming gift. And then Elise got super creative, and she actually made cards out of these. So she used all the pieces on a card front, and that's such a cute way to get even more out of this die. So I cannot wait to see your spring houses, so make sure to share them with us. Thank you so much for watching, and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!